Well, well, well. Good evening. Good evening. Here we are again, closing out another beautiful weekend. And you are here with us tonight, Uncensored Minds. We're about to step into a new week. Time to crush some goals. Time to tackle our to do list. Time to take some time for your mind, your body, and your spirit. But it's episode 134 coming to you live. We got a great show lined up. I cannot tell you what emotion you will be tapping into tonight, but I can guarantee you that it will be one of them, especially with this crazy crew. It's time to get uncensored. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Shout out to all the members. Please make sure to like and share the video. We definitely appreciate you when you do that. Thanks for showing love. Always, always, always. Those memberships are still available. If you are not a member, I don't know what to tell you. The exclusive content be off the hook. So make sure if you're not a member, if your friend is not a member and you want them to see it, don't share it. Make sure you get them to join and become a member as well. We truly appreciate that. Also, the gear, I'm telling y'all, listen, all winter long, we've had our Uncensored Minds gear. We've been rocking it, but it's time to freshen up, fresh new colors, new everything, all new everything. Ladies, the dresses, grab that. Line them up with the sneakers, with the heels, whatever. Make sure you cop one if you don't have new Uncensored Mind gear ready to go. But it's episode 134. Make sure you got your snacks. Make sure you got your beverage of choice. I see all the ladies out there: Danielle, Rhonda, Loretta, Angelia, Juanita, Sarah, Stacy. I see all you ladies. Anybody that I miss? What's up? Let's get into it. Where is Mr. Nell? Aisha, I don't share it with my best friend. Good, Angelia. Thank you so much. This way, they can become a member. You gotta become a member and see it for yourself. Truly, truly, truly appreciate that. I hope everybody had a dope weekend. It was beautiful weather, so I hope it was beautiful weather here in Philly anyway. But I hope it was beautiful weather wherever you were spending the weekend. It's time to get into some uncensored shit. What's up, Mr. Nell?
What's poppin'? What's good? How you doing?
Good. How are you? Looking good in that red, sir. We
Thank you.
popping off in the
Thank
red.
you.
In
You
the
know what I
red.
mean? As you said, it's definitely springtime. It's definitely a vibe outside. Get them colors popping. We got Uncensored Mind merch for you. All across the board. All across the board. This Uncensored Mind Reloaded. This is episode 134. Hopefully y'all enjoy the festivities tonight because it's going to be a wonderful, great show. Thank you to everybody for stopping by, checking us out. All the newcomers that's checking us out, we appreciate you. We appreciate your presence. Anybody that's sitting in the cut, just enjoying this great pod that we call Uncensored Minds. Thank you for doing that as well. We're gonna get right into each icebreaker question of the day, and it goes a little something like this: what's the worst thing you ever did as a kid but didn't get caught for it? There you go, muting yourself again.
Well, I don't know what be going on. Y'all know y'all know how I do. I apologize, y'all. Listen, I really had to ponder on this because I was into some shit, shall we say, as a kid. So I had to really, really think about it. But what I came up with out of all of the things that I've done was, so my mom used to always get me a pack of tokens that would last me all week. A 10 pack of tokens would get me to and from school. So what I used to do, I used to walk to school, hold my token, catch the trolley halfway home, and then spend my token at the store for a sandwich. Now, two things are wrong with that. And if y'all don't know, SEPTA here in Philadelphia, we used to use tokens, actual physical tokens, to go to and from wherever. And so I used to save my tokens. And there used to be this store where you can spend the SEPTA token for food or snacks or soda, juice, whatever.
Really?
Elmwood Avenue.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I used to catch the trolley to the main building.
Which one was that? Was that the one across the street from on a corner, or was that the one? Was that the one that sold the hoagies, or was that the one that sold the hot food? Because you had two, one on each side of the on each.
I know the one that sold the hoagies, the little set. one token got me a little 75-cent hoagie sandwich. I mean, listen, but the problem with this is, and why this was bad, is because my mom would literally spend her money like, all right, let me make sure I got enough money to get your tokens so you can get to and from school. But instead, I'm walking up the O, okay, seeing all the boys, eating my little sandwich and walking instead of catching the bus when I should have. So if she ever found that out, she knows, I guess she'll know now, but if she ever found that out, that'd be an ass whooping for me.
See, the beautiful thing about that is we went to the same high school. We went to John Barch main building, and then I transferred over to the communications building. But it wasn't too far from home, and you didn't mind walking with your homies, you know what I mean? But, you know, the bougie ones like me and Ish, you know what I mean? Our parents sacrificed and bought us tokens. Did the same thing. Sold the tokens. Because tokens was $10 in school. Parents would get that to you, get them on Monday. You know what I mean? And you sell the tokens for $1. You know what I mean? You got 2 tokens for the day. But we used to walk home. So, you know what I mean? You typically didn't have tokens because you was walking with your homies or your girlfriends, whatever. So we ain't never tell our parents that. But, man, we did that. What did I do as a little Nell? I can't really think of nothing. Worst thing I ever did as a kid, but didn't get caught for. Used to be put on punishment. And they said, don't turn the TV on. And we used to get home before our parents did because school let out at 3 o'clock. We got home no later than 3:30, 3:45. So I would go in the house because I know they was going to call at 4 o'clock just to make sure. So I should turn the TV on in the room. And I had it down to a science. I knew when my mom was going to come in, and then subsequently, like 15 minutes later, my dad was coming. And, you know, they can feel the TV to see if it was hot. I used to put ice packs on the TV so it would cool down.
Oh, my God. So crafty.
But then, too, my little sister was hip. She was a scaredy cat. You could look at her crazy, and she wouldn't do nothing for 10 years. So I would con her to turn her TV on in her room, and I would sit there and watch it at the door, in the doorway. And then if I heard them come in or whatever, then I would run in my room and whatever. So that's what I did. Crazy stuff like steal cars and stuff like that. That was not my thing.
Yeah, good. So listen, what would have happened if your parents had to come home? Or I mean, let's just say you got caught. What would have been the repercussions of that?
Room, and I already know what the repercussions was. I got caught because he felt the back of the TV. My dad wasn't no dummy. He felt the TV and could tell that the TV was turned on.
Oh, so you did get caught.
That's how I got hip to putting ice packs on it to cool it down. So when he came in, it was cool. But if I got caught again, I'm sure they was going to take the TV out of the room and whatever the case may be. I stayed on.
You stayed on punishment. So you basically got caught in almost everything. There wasn't anything that you didn't get caught doing.
Nah, because it was so crazy. It was another story, and we're going to move on after this. My dad had wound up tearing his ACL working. So his rehabilitation was over in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So he had to go over there every night. So my mom, when she got off of work, would have to drive him over there, and all of us would go. He was in rehab for a good year. So it was nights when I knew I did something in school, I would say, "Oh, Mom, I got homework. I don't want to go. I want to stay home. I want to stay home." And that we was at an age, because this was high school, I was of the age to stay at home by myself. So me and my little sister was home. The reason why I stayed home is to intercept teachers' phone calls. Right? Oh, my mom not here. Teachers got hip to that. My teacher called 6:30 a.m. one morning. I woke up to the ass whooping of my life. The ass of my life. Because me trying to be smart, cutting the ringers off on the phone. And then the teacher like this, they gotta be home. Like these are the type of parents that like care or whatever. She called 6:30 in the morning to let her know who was going on. Got my ass whooped crazy. You should have seen me go to school that day. I cussed that damn lady out.
I can't.
Got home, got another ass.
Got another ass.
Don't call this fucking house that kind of morning.
I can't. No, you was a little something. You was something else.
That was high school, so I was got.
I know.
That probably was my 10th grade year, ninth or
Mhm.
10th grade year. So I was a teenager, 15, 16 years old. So, you know what I mean? Fortunately enough, those teachers' phone calls and my parents' discipline made me to the person I am today. So shout outs to the teacher that called at 6:30 in the morning. I hate that day, but shout outs to
They
her.
was gonna catch it. And that was that Bartram or was that something?
That
Was
was
that
fucking
another?
Bertram. That was Bertram.
Yeah.
And that was Miss
Yeah.
Choice. Don't forget that lady name. Bernadette Choice. Mm-hmm.
Should do it.
We're gonna get up out of here, but that's the icebreaker question of the day. Let's see what some of the people said in the comments. They really didn't say anything. They was just getting on my case for being bad little Dino. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That was that was who I was back in school. So the entertainment quick spin, we're gonna jump right into that. And we want to share a moment of silence with Jacky O's family. Jacky O, which is Jacqueline Smith, is her name, and she is the child's mother, and also girlfriend of DC Young Fly, who is an actor, comedian, and a family man. He lost his the baby his wife, his fiance actually. Now I don't even want to say baby's mother. He lost his fiance this week tragically um, from a botched medical procedure. And we're gonna get into that a little bit too in detail. Um, but she died suddenly, and now that details are coming out, they actually found her unresponsive in a hotel room by herself the day after the procedure,
Mhm.
and she succumbed to her injuries based on having a mommy makeover. If you don't know what a mommy makeover is Isha, you want to tell the people what a mommy?
Yep. Yep. So the mommy makeovers, which is like widely and wildly popular right now. They have a few children, they feel like they need to tighten up their body. It consists of multiple procedures, like not just one, not just two, typically two or more procedures. Okay, it's breast implants, liposuction, BBLs, which are extremely popular, the tummy tuck, fat transfer. If you have larger breasts or smaller breasts and you want to fill them in or you want to reduce them, they also do that too. And this is just like, to make the mommies feel hot again, I guess. So it's definitely popular, and definitely popular in the entertainment world as well. And it's just unfortunate that she lost her life, trying to tighten up some things. I
That's
feel for him and
absolutely.
those babies.
The doctor who performed the actual procedure had multiple negative reviews online from past clients who just said that after they had their procedures done, they were in extreme pains for long periods of time. They had a lot of negative effects. It didn't, some people said they went in looking the same as they did when they came out. And this beautiful young mother and wife lost her life due to those malpractices, we can say at this point.
Yeah,
To that, so that's wow. From
that's wild.
a legal standpoint, and East being our resident legalist here, what does this look like?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is all I can say is do your research. Like, if you want to have any type of cosmetic surgery, do your research, because legally, um, the Better Business Bureau and other entities that track complaints of businesses will typically have a grading or reviews or something of the sort in regards to any physician that you are going to see, and especially procedures such as this. Even if you know of someone that had a successful procedure, still do your research, because you don't know what has happened behind closed doors in other situations. So you got to be smart, you know what I mean? Because legally, again, they have to report those and they will be available online some way, somehow. Or you can also always ask. They may not always tell you, but most good physicians will give you success rates and outcome, especially for procedures that they have performed themselves. So legally, this doctor sounds like he definitely about to get fucked, because this one was one that was more public probably than some of his other ones where it might have been a little quieter, and this one is probably going to make a lot of noise. So I'm sure the family and DC Young Fly, they going to come to him with some major lawsuits, and he'll probably hopefully be out of business and not be able to do it to anybody else.
So, you know, in respect, out of respect for the Smith family, DC Young Fly, and him and his children, you know, let's take a moment to give a moment of pay our moment of respect to this young lady as she transitions. Thank you. Another tragic event happened in the entertainment sector, and we talked about this young lady early on in our Uncensored Minds life, and we talked about the young lady Danileigh, baby singer, actress, and also child has a child by the baby. We talked about that earlier on, but now she's back in the news, and she was arrested for a DUI. Whew. Not only was she arrested for a DUI, but a hit and run in Miami, running a man over on a moped and dragging the moped for blocks before she finally pulled over. This is crazy. another unfortunate case of, you know, somebody, you know what I mean, being injured because of some negligence by somebody getting behind the wheel of a vehicle intoxicated. Ish, again, legal ramifications from this. What does this look like for her?
Yeah, I'm not understanding, like, in this day and age of Uber or, you know, drivers, even girlfriends or something, that people are just not a little bit smarter with respect to how they carry themselves when drinking while out. And then to be as careless as to drag. I know you had to feel it. Like, you had to feel yourself hitting someone. You don't stop, you don't do anything, and you still keep going. That alone, Nell, that alone is going to be problematic for her. If she had a DUI, and I'm not quite sure what the Miami laws are, but here in the state of Pennsylvania, if you have a DUI and it's your first one, you can get what is called ARD, and it's a program that will clear your record. You will not have a record. You do some requirements, you take a alcohol class, you pay some fines, and then boom, it's expunged. It's off your record. But she was on the brink of almost killing someone. That will not apply to her. No, everything sweet that could have happened for her if she was just caught with a DUI is taken off the table. She almost killed somebody, which could have been vehicular homicide. And unfortunately, if that individual who is severely injured, he is very injured, he's in critical condition from what I understand. If he just so happens to perish or pass on, she's in trouble.
Wow.
She's in trouble.
That's wild. That's crazy. Crazy people. We got to be a little bit more. Not even a little bit more. We got to be very, very careful when we consume alcohol, and the way that after our consumption of the alcohol, how we go about after that. You know what I mean? We all grown. Hopefully, we're very responsible within how we intake, you know, whatever substance that we're taking into our bodies, and being cognizant of what that looks like for you once you do that, and how that not only will impact you, will impact everybody else that's out there while you're moving about from wherever you are to what your final destination. So,
Right.
prayers go out that person that was ran over and dragged. Hopefully, they pull through and they make it. And this is a lesson learned to that young lady on how to carry herself and doing the right alcohol. Also, before we move on to that, another person in the entertainment sector that was caught with a DUI last night, Justin Combs, Puff's son. As Sarah said, Justin Combs is also arrested for a DUI. We got to do better, people. You know what I mean? We got to do better. Like, y'all are rich. Y'all have the
Facts.
opportunities to have drivers. And even if you weren't rich, there's a thing called Uber and Lyft.
$20.
There's also a thing in certain cities that have a hotline that you can call and call for a call service that costs you nothing. So these things are not even things that is like, oh shit, it was no resources. I don't got the resources. I had no way to, whatever. There's so many different things that you can do and take to mitigate these things from happening to you.
Absolutely.
It's fortunate enough that that brother was stopped by the police before hurting somebody, and anyone doing, driving under the influence needs to check themselves because it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Your whole life could change in the blink of an eye. You're also changing the possibility of changing somebody else's life in the blink of an eye, and them not having the ability to be here anymore. So they got to get it together.
Typically, our entertainment spin has kind of a upbeat feel a lot of the times, but this week right here is kind of, we're in the doldrums. We talked about this family dealing with the loss of their beautiful young angel. We talked about Danileigh, hurting someone, and Justin Combs also being arrested for DUI. Now, this hits a little closer to home for us. A lot of us have enjoyed TV shows and movies, and bought CDs, and have a great affection for Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is allegedly blind in one eye and paralyzed after a stroke that was caused by the COVID shot. Multiple sources are starting to report this. It is not like the reports that came out the last time that said the man is on the brink of death or things like that. A lot of reputable sources have spoke to family members and close friends, and they're confirming this. He's allegedly, again, as we want to continue to keep saying allegedly, but he's allegedly blind in one eye and has been paralyzed after the stroke that was caused by the COVID shot. Ish, when did he get that COVID shot, Ish, and what was it for?
So his latest movie, I don't know the name of that movie, but it was the latest movie that he actually had the medical emergency on. He had to get the shot to do the filming of this movie. It was mandatory and required. He had not had the COVID shot up until that. He was able to, by choice, not have the shot, not take the shot. But he wanted to obviously be in this movie. It was important for him to get done. They said, hey, listen, gotta have this shot. So he took the shot, and this was his adverse reaction to the COVID shot, allegedly. Again, these are stories that are coming in and matriculating as we cover them. So I'm sure there will be more reports forthcoming that are clarify allegations of it being the actual COVID shot, etc., and also confirming, his blindness or whatever other ailments that he, got from this shot. But it's unfortunate because, I know that for a lot of people, the COVID shot was or could have been a lifesaver, you know what I mean, for them. And it is unfortunate that, some of the adverse reactions were lethal or even deadly. So that's crazy. Prayers to Jamie Foxx, and I don't know if he would ever be able to get his vision back, but hopefully he can regain his wherewithal enough to maybe still continue on with his career at some point.
Absolutely. So our prayers go out to everybody that's been affected in our entertainment quick spin. This Sunday, from the family who lost the young lady due to the mommy makeover, to Jamie Foxx and his family. They continue to hopefully get better in the road to recovery, so we can see 100% recovery, and then him be able to tell his story. The young brother who was dragged from the moped accident, and hopefully Justin Combs is learning from his mistakes from this past DUI. Thank you for Entertainment Quick Spin this week, people. As you all know, we're going to do this every week for y'all. But we got something special that has to do with us here at Uncensored Minds. And you might be like, well, no, what more can you bring us every week? Right? So the three of us, T, Ish, and myself, the new version of Uncensored Minds Reloaded, is in competition with each other. A friendly banter, but competition. And competition breeds better work, fresh and creative ideas, a great Uncensored Minds that you get the chance to see every Sunday at 9 p.m. And what is it that we're talking about? We have entered in a competition amongst each other for the best potter. What does that mean? This person, you will vote each week, right? And there will be a poll put out there on Monday. Who was the best of the best that past Sunday, right? Who brought fresh new ideas? Who had amazing discourse, arguments? Who even brought forth new exciting topics within the topic to push the pod, the conversation even further, right? And you'll have the opportunity to vote on that each week on Monday on our Uncensored Minds Facebook page. You'll be able to go in there and click, boom, whoever tallies up the most wins each week wins. And it's just going to make us better. It's just going to make us give y'all better content, make us see the error in our ways, because we are competitive over here. You got three people who are uber competitors, as you've seen from past dealings on our Telemade network when I went up against everybody in the world on our musical show, and I won each and every time. You just seeing the competitiveness there. You already know the shit starter is going to be the shit starter, and he's going to come with his shit. And then Ish, for those who don't know, she is one of the ones. One of the ones. Typically don't get the opportunity to see it as much on Sunday, like me and T get a chance to see it on Thursday. But this will help bring those type of characteristics and qualities out of us to give y'all exciting and amazing content. This is not a popularity contest, people. This is not who you like the best. This is not who you crushing on. This ain't about none of that. But who do you think boarded that week? Because it helps the other two
strengthen
stronger.
Absolutely.
So that's something that we got here on Uncensored Minds that's just sure to make us the best of the best around here, because we are that. You know what I mean? So shout outs to everybody for continually supporting us each and every week. Tonight's show is going to be one of them shows. We got some great dialogue that's going to be back and forth, and we hope that y'all are right there with us, going back and forth with us as we go. So Ish, we're going to jump right into the sauce. We already know T is on his way. He coming with the cum. Might be coming with a little surprise.
He coming with the what? He coming with the cum. See? Dirty minds. Uncensored minds, dirty minds. Y'all already knew I was going to catch that now.
I wasn't thinking that, but you.
I know. I was.
All right. You nasty ass mind.
I know. You already know.
Absolutely. Let's see what the people talk about, though, before we get into our next topic. When we congratulating Helen. Helen, I see something that says congratulations at Helen 10 months in. What Helen do? What happened? You want to congratulate that?
Yeah.
I want to congratulate that. Helen, what did you do?
Yes, something popped up, she said, but I guess they caught it. We didn't catch it. Yeah.
Stop drinking? Did you stop going out, getting behind the wheel? Did you stop DUI? And what did you stop, Helen?
Not did you stop DUIing. Well, the good part about it is I don't drink and drive. You guys see me indulging my wine, on the extra content and on Sundays, but I'm always home after this. I'm knocked out. So if that's what it is, Helen, congratulations for sure. But tell us what it was, because we missed it. It's not in the chat now.
Helen, I take membership to the channel. So we congratulating Helen for her membership to the channel after 18 years.
Not after 18 years. Bye, sir. Helen, I got him for you on this end. I'm gonna give him a virtual pluck.
Congratulations, Helen.
Nice. Thank you so much, Helen, always for the love and support of all the platforms. And firstly, Uncensored Minds, we thank you.
Her 10 months member. She's been a 10-month member. We know Helen has always been a member here at Uncensored Minds. I'm about to say kind of Sully. I got work on the brain, but
dude, not kind of Sully.
Congratulations, Helen. Congratulations.
Oh
So
my God.
she's been the mom. She's been the. I can't talk. I'm retarded. She has been our longest standing member.
Wow, Helen. Shout out to you.
Memberships became available. Helen went out and grabbed it immediately. We want to appreciate that, Helen. So shout outs to you for being our number one top member longest. We appreciate your support. We love when you come on and share your stories with us on all of our networks or all of our different shows that we got here on this Telemade network. So thank you.
That's what's
We
up.
get right into the get into, man. It ain't even gonna hold back no more, right? What's more important? To be liked or loved by your partner? What is more important? To be liked or loved by your partner? And you may say, what? No. So you tell your person, oh, let's say your person says to you, you act like you don't even like me half the time. And your response is, baby, I more than like you. I love you. Would your response be, I'd much rather you like me than love me? Or are you okay with, I do like you, but I love you even more? Let's talk about it, Ish.
Mm-hmm. So initially, when I thought about this, y'all, I was like, both. Like, I have to have both. I'm not saying no different. It's going to be both for me. You got to like me and love me. Definitely. But when I thought about it more, or is, T or sometimes be like, no, you can't choose both. You got to choose one or the other. If I had to choose one, I would definitely want you to love me. Because not all the time, even in a normal world, will we always like our partner. There's going to be times where you're going to hate that person. We talked about in one of our meetings, Michelle Obama not liking Barack for 10 years, period, during their marriage. You're not always going to like your partner, but you love them. You know what I mean? And so that love is going to withstand those periods of times that you do not like that person. So I'd rather be loved if I have to, decide on one. Love me up, because that's what's going to last the longest. I might act like a little B on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you don't like me. And that's cool, because on Friday, you still going to love me. So I'll take love all day. What's up now? What you taking?
I mean, I agree. And sitting back and dissecting and saying, like, damn, I do like you. I more than like you. I love you. And then having the person explain their perspective and saying, you know what? I need you to like me more than you love me, because for me, that's what moves the stick for me or the needle for me. That's what the person could say. But for me personally, Darnell, I'd much rather you love me, because I know, as you said before, I know it's going to be times you don't like me. You may hate my guts at that moment, but hopefully your love for me outweighs that momentary hate or dislike, right? We can't tell a person how they want to be feel. They want to feel, right? We can't say you're wrong. You should want me to love you more than I like you. Everybody has their own thing. If the needle for you is moved by you want to be liked more than you're loved, because for you being liked is real and love can change, that's you. But on the flip side, for me, not all the time are you going like, not all the time I'm going like you, but I still am in love with you. I still have love for you. I still love you. And I can maneuver through not liking you at that moment, or not being fond of you as a person at that moment because of a disagreement or argument. But at the end of the day, because I'm not that fond of you at that moment, I still love you enough to be able to have a disagreement with you, or be able to figure out how we can quell those differences and get back into, you know, a pool of love or a pool of light, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, everybody has their vice. And again, I'm learning that through communication, just being able to articulate yourself to your partner, to your person, not even a partner, just your friend, is, or the person that you're in a partnership with, being able to articulate yourself helps that person to understand exactly where you're coming from, because now you understand how their brain operates. And you can say, you know what? I thought what I was doing was, for me, I thought that was enough, or I thought that was what it was, but I see it's not. You need more of this than that. And now I can operate on what's giving you what you need versus what I think I want to give you because of cliches or past experiences or things I was taught by someone else or some other entity. I need to learn how it is you want to be loved or treated or liked in that moment. So it's a curve that we all have to hopefully go in between, because you want to make that person feel comfortable for the most part. Right.
Mm-hmm. Before you get to them comments, shout out to the wardrobe change and shit. Like,
it's right.
Shout out.
It's going down. Like, we've multifaceted here on Uncensored Minds. We don't just have one thing. We got a lot of things going on over here. We got
Nell. I know what that is. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. I know you want to get them smiles coming out. Wardrobe change. You know why we wardrobe change? Ladies, y'all know why we wardrobe change, right? That's what Nell doing. He think he gonna win the Potter of the week or the Potter of the month. I got his number. Don't
y'all be influenced by that shit right there. Talking.
Look.
She's pandering. She's getting y'all to think something different. Don't listen. But we're going to get right into the comments right here. A lot of people are saying love me. And I want y'all to be honest, though. Don't just say it because it sounds good. I want y'all to actually sit and be honest with yourselves in your mind. Would you much rather be liked or loved? Now, we all want to say, everybody's going to say, I'd rather be loved, Nell or Ish. Just love me. You ain't got to like me, but love me. But truly, do you feel like love is enough for you? Do you want to also be liked? Do you want to be appealed for? Do you want that affection that comes with that? Does it all come together as one, or can you decipher one or the other? Mm-hmm. Loretta said, love me, please. Tara is saying, love me. Juanita said, I would like to be loved. I like how she put both of those in there. I would like to be loved.
Absolutely.
So on time. Yeah. Helen is asking for a definition of love. Ish, define what love looks like for you.
So love for me, I mean, you know, of course, obviously, everybody has a different perception of love. And it can be honestly anything that just makes your heart bubble over, like just makes your spirit just insanely wild. But for me, it is loving someone or being okay with someone through thick and thin, no matter what, honoring them, fulfilling their needs as well as yours, growing with them, strengthening them, being a friend, being a mentor if you need to. What else? Just inspiring them, pulling from them inspiration. Like love is just so multifaceted. It's you can't put it all in one sentence, honestly, because I could go on and on and on and on about what love means to me. So, you know, those are just a few things that mean the most to me when I think of love.
Absolutely. Helen, everybody has their own connotation of what love definition is to them. To Ish, it could be all those things that she just named. To me, it could just be a complete togetherness of whatever that looks like. Or just for me, I could say love for me is just knowing and feeling that the person that I have in my life or the people that I have in my life genuinely want what's best for me. I love that thought, right? Not all the time are we always going to mesh. Not all the time are we always going to agree, but just the genuine affection that you have for me being always good or always the best or always um well, that's a great love for me because for just going out into this world, people don't care about your well-being at all. And just having that is a sense of love for me, it's a dedication to me just knowing, hey, I want Nell to always be at his best. Even when I know he's not, I still hope and pray that it gets back to that point. I love that. You don't even have to like me to have that affection for me to be at my best at every moment. Love is always going to have its tangibles and intangibles, right? You're going to say, oh, I need this or I want this. I was having a conversation today with multiple people, and I was saying, most people love with conditions. For me, I don't love with a condition. My love is unconditional. And they said, well, how do you know that? Because I don't need to see you. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to anything for or have you give me anything for me to love you. I genuinely love you because of the place you hold in my life. The presence that you provide for me. People can say, well, if I don't see you, I don't talk to you, how can you love me? Because my love is based upon you. You're you, not what you can do for me or give me. It's based on you and my life. Now, on the flip side, a person may say, I need these things in order to feel love, receive love, or even transfer love back out. And that's cool. So whatever, whether it's conditional love or unconditional love that you hold is going to be based upon you as that person and your mindset. Let's go to some of the comments after, as we try to define love for Helen, because as we go through the comments, hopefully this will help her get a understanding of different angles that love has. And I would employ her to put her definition in the comment section so we can then read that so we can get a true sense of where she's coming from as well. Zachary says, I hate most of the people I love. Facts, bro.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
Big time. I grew up hating. I hate to use that word. I grew up disliking my mom and dad. Not because I wanted to dislike them. I disliked every time they told me to clean my room. I disliked every time they put me on punishment and took away some things. I love them. I love them to death. I wish I don't want anything different but them. But I dislike them. I dislike the way that they handled the way that they handled. But look at how I'm now, right? Look how we are now. We are so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Lady B says, love me enough to be loyal. That's what she needs. Loyal. She said loyalty is the best way to love me. Sarah, we always know Sarah is definitely going to speak her mind. Ain't no sign on my back saying I'm looking for likes.
Okay. Solid.
I mean, she says she takes love over likes. Likes don't move her. Love does. Angelia says, I feel you always like your friends when we fall out of love. I still want to be friends. I can have love for you, but not have a major love. But I always like my friends, even when they piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, as Helen, right? Sarah is asking some of the same things that Helen's asking. She said, I am curious. What's the type of love?
Right.
That's a great question, Sarah. What are some of the types of love? What do we hear? What do we hear are the types of love? I know we got the love languages. We got the 5 love languages. That's the languages that they designed to tell us what it is and how we feel love on different scales and perspective based upon our wavelengths and what we want after taking it, right? We learned about those things. What are other types of love out there?
Well, they always say like the love languages is how you base the love that you wish to receive, and also sometimes the love that you give. So those, I believe it's seven love languages are typically one. But then, I see Diana saying agape love, and there are all different types, and I don't know them offhand per
So let,
se, but
so let me
go
read them.
ahead now.
Since Sarah is curious to what types of
Mhm.
love, they've named them, right? We've had people come out and put names to types of love, and number one is eros, right? Eros is a sexual or passionate love, and most akin to the modern construction of romantic love, right? In the Greek myth, it's the form of madness brought about by one of Cupid's arrows. So eros is a sexual or passionate type of love, right?
Mhm.
The next one is philia. Is the hallmark of philia or friendship is shared goodwill, right? Right. Aristotle shared goodwill for one of three reasons. So that's philia. Then you have storage.
We're getting a
Storage.
little feedback. I'm sorry, no, can't really hear what you're saying. Getting a little feedback.
Is it me, Ish?
Well, it actually
Uh,
started when you popped on, so maybe just a little bit.
uh,
All
it is
right, I hear you now. Let me
2 points away from him. Take 2 points away from him this week.
see.
Take 2 points away from him this week.
What's up, T?
What up? See, we got
All
storage.
right, you said philia.
We got
Philia was
Start with me. People doing dumb shit already, man.
we got storage
oh,
love.
shit.
Storage, or familiar love is storage is the kind of philia pertaining to be love between parents and their children. So storage is the love that you typically see from a parent to a child, right? You have ape gauge, right? Where a lot of people say they want to be loved like that. Ape gauge is a universal love, such as the love for strangers, nature, or God. Um, I heard a lot of people. Let's talk about that. Let's stay right there, right? That's become a trend, right? So often we hear people saying, "I want," is how you pronounce that, ape gauge?
Agape.
Agape. I can't even pronounce that shit because it don't even it don't make sense.
Ape.
Ape gauge. You heard me say it.
Ape.
Let's stay there with the agape, right? We hear so many people saying, "I want to be I want that agape type," right? We hear the definition right here is a universal love, such as the love for strangers, nature, or God, right? Is that the type of love you want? Let's talk about it.
Right.
Talk about agape. What is it? Agape, agape.
Agape. I mean, I think that is the basis and the principle for, love that most people just follow. And it's obviously more than nature, more than the Lord. I think, it is those things. That's the hierarchy of it. You know what I mean? But then also friendship, your partnerships, your love for your work or your passions or whatever the case may be. I think that all falls under the border of that as well. So a lot of people follow that, a lot of people follow that premise.
Absolutely. Laura says, "Why can't you be liked and loved? Most relationships start with a strong like before it becomes love." I totally agree. I totally agree. You can't just see somebody and totally fall in love with them right then and there. You have to. It builds, right? You build in a structure. You build in a foundation, and the foundation is built off of. First off, is built off of what you see first. Then you going from damn, I like what I see, to now I like what I hear. I like what I feel, and now starting to I love what I see. I
Yo,
love
what the fuck?
what I see. What? What we talking about? What's going on? What the fuck is going on?
He over this love
What
ish. He
the hell
over
is
this love shit. What are we
Talking
talking
about
about?
the
He
topic. That's
over this
doing.
shit. He like, what is agape? What is eros? What is philia?
I
What is
can't.
this shit? You should.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck are we talking about right now?
That's what T saying now. T came on. Yeah, he got the profit versus the shit starter up. So we already know the vibes.
Yes,
He, he ate some bad food or something today.
Oh man, I just got stuck in a stupid ass Roots picnic traffic. And then I told my son to go downstairs to get my food, and he don't know he acting like he confused.
Oh,
Like,
you hangry?
what people doing tonight?
I know it was something. I know
you hangry. You hangry.
He hungry. He hungry.
Yeah.
See, y'all get on Nell. Nell, you wilding. You ain't tripping.
Look at
you
that.
Here going to 0-60. This man came on here doing 1,000.
And then,
Like, what the fuck are we talking
all
about?
they said was, "Hey,
what's up? What's up? Right? And then I seen something. I heard y'all talking about something about what the fuck is it we talking about? That is not the topic.
Not A game.
ain't it?"
No, I game. I know. But they asked what types of love, and now
Nobody gives a fuck about all that. That's not the
Nell
topic.
was doing his due
Get to the
diligence.
fucking topic.
Pulled up the love stuff. So
Stick to the fucking topic, man.
I cannot.
Fuck are we
Well,
talking?
we know what kind of love you like. Get to the point, love.
Man.
Right. Get to the point, love. That's your kind of love.
Make sure everybody like and share the video, man. How's everybody doing, man?
She said she don't care what she said. She ape gauge, apagape, that's the type of love that she wants.
Fuck are we talking about, man? I do want to say, hold on,
blank man tonight, because I'm
not blank, not you baked a blank tonight. I can't.
Oh, no, I do want to say, rest in peace to Jacky. I do want to say that me and my son are like huge Wildin' Out fans, and she was a Wildin' Out girl. She started off as a Wildin' Out girl, and even when she got with DC Young Fly, I was like, how the fuck did this ugly ass nigga get shorty? But we gonna let him rock. That's just a point proving that sense of humor is a big thing, and that is a huge thing when it comes to love. No hiding. But rest in peace to her. And I want to say, because I've had a couple surgeries, I do want to say that the anesthesia or the time that they put you under is a key factor in a lot of these things.
Yeah.
So I know for myself, like that's why it'll probably be hard for me to like do another surgery, because I know that it was like hard for me to wake up out of that shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had a surgery a couple years ago to remove some fluid off my spine from an MS, and that last time was scary. I had to be put under anesthesia,
right.
And I woke up okay, but a couple hours later, I was vomiting for hours on hours on hours.
Mm-hmm.
On it, and then I was lightheaded, and it was just a scary situation. And you always hear the scary stories of, oh, you might not wake up, or whatever the case may be. But that shit crazy.
Yeah, that you have to be mindful of the anesthesia, because they said it's like some chemistry shit where the doctor has to get it, almost exactly right according to your body weight and all of these things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's craziness.
No, what's wrong, man?
I'm hurt.
What happened? He confused. He's confused man now.
I'm a confused man, and I ain't talking about my sexuality. You dig? I'm confused because y'all let this man come in here and cause a tornado. If I go off the rails one time.
Oh, it's Nell chill. It's quiet in the chat. Ain't nobody with this shit.
No.
Because I come in here and y'all throwing in fucking side basis words that have nothing to do with the topic. The topic was, would you rather be liked or loved? Not how many variations of love are there. That's not the fucking topic.
I cannot.
No, Helen wanted to know.
What are we doing, man?
Helen wanted to know. Sarah asked, "What's the definition?"
What are we doing? That's not what we're doing tonight, man.
Oh, well then, T must be ready for the shit.
I'm all for this shit, man.
That's what it's about to be popping for.
See, this is what's going to happen. I'm gonna take my shit and I'm gonna go my bookings.
Bye.
I'm gonna take my bookings.
I'm not doing this tonight.
I am going to be busy.
I'm not doing this tonight.
All right, hold on, y'all, because we do have another special guest tonight. So we have a special guest that's going to join us and discuss the topics tonight. And she's from I don't know if you remember Nell, but she was from our block maybe before you came to the block. But she's from the block and she used to live in Lou and them old crib. So this is Niche Carnisha. What's up? What's going on, people?
Hello.
I did. You had to do all of that. Oh, she lived in Lou in them old crib.
Tell the people. I could have said some other shit, but I ain't gonna say all that.
You're a red.
Hello.
Yeah, that's special.
Yeah, that's special. That's special that you from the field.
Hello. Welcome.
Hold it down.
What we doing?
All right, now what we answering this time?
All right, so is we still liking the loving? What the fuck is we doing? I'm confused now.
Well, love me,
You
bitch.
got me.
Love me. I already said it.
You're gonna twist this shit all up.
Let's get before we jump out of this, because we want to address this, and we got a guest. We want to ask her, what's more important to you, to be liked or to be loved?
I want you to like me.
Okay. For being liked, loved.
Love myself, so I want you to like me.
Okay.
I don't need to be validated by you loving me, but you like me says a lot about my character.
Okay.
No, I want to say that I agree with that because love is like an unconditional thing. So if I love you, you could be a piece of shit, but I still have love for you. If I like you and I want you in my presence.
Right.
All right. So what about the times that you not so likable though?
But
like,
why?
I mean, because we're just humans, so everybody is going to have periods of times where they're not that likable. So what do we do in those cases?
Why are you not likable though, Ish?
I mean, you likable every day.
I should be. I'm lovable.
Yes, you should be, right? But we are humans sometimes. So it's sometimes that we're just irritated because we were sitting in long ass fucking traffic and we don't have our food.
Right.
I'm lost on that because I feel like I should be liked every fucking day. What the fuck are we talking?
Yeah, because we want to be liked every day, absolutely. But I just think like to just be realistic about it, we are human, so there are going to be times where we're just not that likable, but still love me.
I prefer to be liked. What was your answer now? Because I didn't hear your answer now.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm here. I don't care. I'm at the point where I'm just cool with the cool. Like if you love me, if you don't like me, cool. If you don't love me, cool. Like I'm cool with whatever. If you say to me, "No, I like you," cool. No, cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with the cool. Like I don't get caught up in the dumb shit. Like I don't get caught up in, oh, you can't like me. You can't love me if you don't like me. That's foolish. That's foolish because what happens? We had to get to a person. Like I think what people is missing. We're missing this step of you had to like me first before I got to love you, right? Like there's a step to get to love. Like I liked you.
That's not true because sometimes people are placed in your life like family that you just have to love because they're your family.
Partner though. This is partner. We're talking about partner. We're not talking about family. We're talking about like we're taking to the topic is what's important to be liked or loved by your partner, right? So in order for me to get to this portion of loving you as my partner, I had to like you first. I liked what I seen. I liked what I felt about you. Now I fell in love with you. So what happens if you're getting on my fucking nerves tonight? I'm fucking want to lay next to you because I fucking love you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. No, let's stay right there because that is my exact point. So there's times when you love somebody, but you don't like them. But if I like you, I always like you.
Absolutely. And I agree. And I said the same thing. If I like you, I cannot like you at that moment.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
The fact that I love you more than I like you right now. Right. Because like this is the thing. Like, do you not right now? Your son is on your shit list because he ain't do this shit what he was supposed to do. You're not liking this little nigga right now, right?
But you still love him and you still like him in general, but just right now, right?
He's on my not like list though.
But you love because that's dog.
I said I love him, but he's on the not like list.
And that's getting to, I think that's what me and Ish was getting to. Like, you can have moments of, oh, I'm not feeling this motherfucker right now, but I love him because I like you overall, which built up my love for you.
So, like, what if let's just say, T, what if I scratch you with my toenails and you fucking hate it? Like, that's something that you don't like. You still ultimately like the person, but you just don't like some of the actions, right?
Yeah. And I think we get lost in that. I think people get lost
right there. Let's stay right there. I don't typically deal with people that do actions that I don't like. Like, if you a person that does, I'm not going to fuck with you. Like,
all right, so what if you've been with somebody, let's say for 3 years, right? And then all of a sudden they do something that you ain't never seen them do before, and it just came about, and they be like, oh, I used to do this when I was younger, whatever. What happens then? You got a 3-year relationship. You really don't say peace. Don't say peace.
I ain't that jaded. Like, let's say you dating somebody and they got a habit that you don't like. They smoke, right? You don't like it, but that don't mean I'm fucking because I don't like that. That mean I'm a fucking leave because I don't like that. I just don't. I'm not going to be around you while you're doing that, or come see me, or spray yourself after your cigarette or something. Like, it's like shit. Certain shit. It'd be like we put ourselves in boxes. And we don't understand that you can live outside of that box.
Right, no, but those are typical deal breakers for me because my time is valuable.
That's understandable. But
so if you do shit that I don't like, I don't have the tolerance for it.
But then we can't say comments like this. You may like what you see, but not like someone as a person. Yes, I like what I see, but I might not like what you've done at that moment, but I still like you.
Maybe she's just talking about smashing. I don't know. Maybe she's just talking about smashing.
Tonight has been a beautiful night. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the
week. Goodbye now. Now Nell's pandering.
No. I will see you on 2 weeks on vacation next Sunday. So I'm out of here.
No, stop pandering.
Stop pandering. I'm not doing this with you tonight.
Niche, do you have any thoughts on this topic? Like, have you been with people?
Whoa, it's giving. I don't like my internet connection. I don't like the internet connection. I think you can't make this shit up.
Well, Niche, we know that you would rather be liked than loved, but like, what are your final thoughts on it? Like, just having heard everybody's perspective and just the differences, and T being fucking frozen, up in the top box there. Like, what are your, like, closing thoughts on it? Like, do you feel like maybe possibly you would want both at any point in time, or is just always just like?
I mean, it depends on the person, the person, the situation. Now, if it is random people, I would prefer to like. If it's my partner, I want half and half, because as for longevity, you gotta like the person to keep building on the love. But friendship wise, listen, my family and all, that's going to be first. My thing is, you can not like me today, don't want to be around me. That's not going to stop me being from whoever I am. I'm still going to be me. You don't have to be my friend. That's fine. But if you're my man, that's all this, it's different. So I think it goes both.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it definitely is the difference in the situation. So I do agree there for sure. And the love part, the like and the love as far as partners go, especially like if you feel like, hey, listen, I need a little bit of both from you in order for this thing to continue. I do agree with that. I do agree with you there.
Solid.
The universe is bothering me today.
That's the
I know. You all
Metro
frazzle dazzle and Xfinity. You got
Retrograde.
Xfinity.
I cast a spell on you that likes the retrograde.
Yeah,
It's the retrograde. The retrograde.
it's over there, AOLing over there and shit.
All right, so that's because he's having technical difficulties. That takes us right into our next topic: how to move, right? And when we say how to move on social media and how to move in real life, as we've been saying, social media trick you out your spot, right?
Right.
Now, what's trick you out your spot mean? You'll post something or you'll say something and you got 50 million people in your comments with their opinion and their negativity, or you should have did it like this, or you should have did it like that. Or we've seen people post things on social media sites and get themselves caught up in a whole lot of shit.
Facts. Can we speak on people that post subliminals on social media? Can that be not how to move? Let's put that one right up out of here.
straight from the gate. Ain't no playing and beating around the bush.
This is the part where I sit back and I take fucking notes because I hate people that post subliminals.
Facts.
Because, and then let me shut up.
Y'all can speak, man. What are one of y'all ladies, man? What are some do's and don'ts that y'all monitor on how people move? Who wants to go?
I mean, the subs is corny to me because I feel like everybody's hiding behind a phone. A phone and social media, they're hiding behind it. You can sit there and talk so much trash about somebody. Half of it could be a lie, but you're not coming outside. So at the end of the day, you want to do all of this to talk about somebody and bash them and you don't like them subliminally, knowing that you probably can't fight, can't whoop this person's ass, but you want to do it behind your phone and in your home because you know you don't ever come outside. So why do it? But people doing it because I don't know why, but I just feel like
because it's easy. It's easy for people to do it. You know why? Because it has no repercussions in the grand scheme of things, right? When we came up, we all are a certain age. When we came up, you said something about somebody, you had to see them because we didn't have social media. You talked about somebody, you had to see them. Now people can do it and not be seen because they hide behind posts. They hide behind these fake facades. They hide behind this glamorous life that they try to create, and then they got to keep that flash.
I like this name right here, no.
Oh, that's a
keyboard.
Jen. Lunch on me tomorrow. Lunch on Jen.
I love it.
Lunch on me tomorrow, Jen. You want to have a perfect to you.
What's up, Ish? What's on your
Jen? Hey, Jen, boo.
Ish, what's on your
All right, so I mean, definitely the Twitter fingers and the posting the subliminals. I mean, honestly, people don't really care. Like, don't care. Like, they see it, they'll take it in. But, you know, I feel like the social media has given such a platform to individuals who need to get some shit off their chest, and they just feel like it's an open forum to just do that. But nobody really cares because, honestly, they're like,
people care.
Did you see the shit that they just posted? Like,
people care.
No, let me tell you the people who care. But here's the people that care. The people that care also are posting subs and they don't have shit else to do themselves. So those are the people that really care.
Not even that. You got people that's sitting back, that's evaluating the way somebody moves because they might be trying to holler. Right? And they tricking themselves. That's why I was saying tricking yourself out of the spot. You can be posting some shit and you might have a perspective eye on you. Like, I wonder what's up with Shorty. But you posting all this wild, crazy shit now. That nigga that could have been a nice little fit for you, looking at you like, this motherfucker is messy.
Right.
All over the place. They don't know if they coming or fucking going. I'm cool. Right?
Right.
So you can take yourself out of your spot, meaning everything that you asked for, you prayed about, you want, that you need, or you used to that, can put yourself in the position to where you lose out on somebody that could have came in your life that could have changed your perspective on the things that you posting.
All right, how do y'all feel about people crying on social media?
Oh, about what?
So now
about like
y'all taking shots at me, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm always shot him up.
Not you, nigga. I'm talking about when people come on social media and they go live, or they might just post a video and they like full on crying about whatever is going on.
We have full on.
Why are you doing like a full on cry session?
That
And
you had to sit there, open up Facebook or social or Instagram, push the live button, wait for it to come up, and you had to allow yourself to continue to cry for people for sympathy. That is weird. Now, in certain situations, I can see like, but
that's what
no, you
No.
about to say, Niche.
you come up.
right. Okay, did somebody pass away and then they're on live and they're talking about the person, they're about to do like
Well, why you on live doing it,
Right.
crying, or are you sitting here because your dude just dumped you? Like, it's too
right. It's awkward.
It's
That's
too
what I'm saying. Why you on live doing that though? Like, if you, I don't have a problem with you crying about it. Why you on live doing that though?
I mean, I'll never do it, but
That's what I'm saying.
somebody out there feel like that's their outlet.
They need to.
But that could be their
it.
outlet. They probably don't have nobody to talk to. And unfortunately, right now with social media, this is everybody's outlet.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I do agree there.
Do y'all have any other do's or don'ts on how to move on social media?
Stop posting your whole fucking life on social media.
Every second.
Like,
every second.
And this from a perspective of me being a man, provider, protector, /set. Stop posting everything on Instagram and social, like the socials. Like, stop. You giving people the drop on you. You letting people know when you leaving your house. You letting people know when you not home. You letting people know where you at. If somebody was trying to get at you or get at somebody that you know, like, you might be like, I live a life of coolness. I follow God. I don't do nothing to nobody. But you don't know what your nephew doing. You don't know what your daughter doing or your son doing, or you don't know what beef somebody else got with your family, and now they know how to get to you, which might get back to them. Like, we gotta take a lot of things that
it's so true.
Forgiven, and we posting every move
everything.
we telling people where we at on vacation. We telling people when we leaving to go to the store. We telling them what aisle we in. We telling them what time we gonna put our panties and drawers on. Like, it be weird. I'm like,
right.
Weird.
But Nell, you know what? Also, too, y'all, like, think about the individuals that are committing crimes on live.
Right.
Murders, homicide, abuse, murders and homicide. That's the same thing. Like, that are performing this, it's kind of like letting you know how far and how extreme people will go just for some, whether it be contact, whether it be an outlet, whether it be a form of therapy or whatever the case may be. People are really like tapping into social media and utilizing it for most of the time negative purposes, because if, like Nell said, you tapping into that, you tapping into energy by posting subliminal messages, you tapping into energy by, killing somebody on, like, who does this? So social media is starting to brainwash a lot of individuals on some shit, and they don't even know it. Just every single day, just add it.
See what it's doing.
No, I might need you to duck on this one, Mark.
Shots fired.
All right, so how do y'all feel about relationship wise moving? How you move relationship wise on social media?
This is exactly how I move on social media and relationships.
Quiet. Zero zip zilch.
You know why? It ain't because I'm hiding her, right? It ain't because of that. It's not because I'm not showing her so I can get at 15 others. It ain't that. It's who fucking business is it? Because when she riffing and she on my damn nerves, is you gonna call her and tell her to chill the fuck out? When her birthday in a couple months, are you gonna say, Nell, here go $1,000, go get her a nice gift? Are you going to do anything positive to reinforce our existence together? No, for the most part, you want to be messy. Look what happened with Saul, right? Prime example, we all live in Philly, so we all know what's going on with that situation, right? She was trying to keep her relationship, who she was dating. She told people she was dating somebody, but she was trying to keep the person in the background because that person don't do socials. That person wanted to just them two, whatever. The internet ran with that shit. Wound up posting a girl. Now it's a whole big thing, right? For what? Only for you to talk about the girl, say negative things about the girl, say negative things about our union, say negativity. Ain't nobody saying nothing positive. They critiquing it. They want to know your business so they can critique it. They want to know your business so they can be messy, so they can follow, so they can see this and see that.
All right, hold on now. Let me ask these ladies. Ladies, are y'all posting y'all boobs?
I mean, I have. But is this certain? You're not going to get everything out of me. Mm-hmm. So I still have a privacy with what I got going on. But you will know that I'm with that person. You will know that. So.
Right. And I think too, sometimes it is, you know, not all the time are you posting, you know, for to welcome negative comments or to welcome the shit. Because most of the time, if you posting somebody, that's when it's a flood of everybody else. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I ain't know you was do that. Oh, what's up with you? You know what I mean? So I feel like too, it could go both ways. It could be the negative thoughts and comments, and it could also be a string of individuals who just want to hop on it because you are in fact booed up or aligned with somebody. But I think also, you know, sometimes you just want to show the individual that is behind you. You know what I mean? That's got your back. That's holding you up, that's holding you down. And I am proud of this individual. So it can get sticky because sometimes you don't want people in your business, but then, you know, it's also good to show who you're with and that you rocking with them.
Let's stay right there, Ish, because I get confused, you know, when they be posting the guy and they be like, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then 2 months later, delete all the pictures.
How's he going?
You giving them 2 months. They be doing that shit in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
nigga ain't shit. They got a nigga up there now. Like they disrespecting a guy and they post like that's where it gets tricky. Like it's like, damn, you post everything, everybody. You say this about everything, everybody, and it looks weird, but no one cares.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, if you have a broken heart, who's sitting there mending you back to heal? No one. You're doing it yourself.
That's true.
We post everything, and it's cool if people want to do it to each his own. But we gotta realize what we really doing it for.
Right.
Like my family know who you are. My friends know who you are. Do I care about my 1,500 or 3,000, 4,000 Facebook followers? I don't know them. Do I care about the 10,000 Instagram followers? I don't know. I only know 400 of them because the 400 of the 10,000 is family. Everybody else is just motherfuckers that's following.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if you post that picture, you should leave that picture.
Leave it. Why not?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Post that picture and then delete that picture like two weeks later, like Nell said.
If you're gonna post a picture showing pleasantries, you have no way ever to talk bad on that person. How? That's defamation of character. That's grounds to sue.
Facts.
So if you once said this nigga was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but then a couple months later you double back and say this nigga wasn't shit, he was the scum of the earth, he wasn't nothing but this, that, and the third, then whose judge of character was it that was flawed? His or yours?
All right, we gotta go.
You playing yourself.
No, we gotta go to the real life side of this so we can get out of this topic. So Ish, what happened during this scenario where the bull was trying to holler, you know, in real life, and how people should move in real life if they're friends and they have, you know, husbands or wives, whatever, and they still trying to holler? How should people be moving, you know, in this scenario?
Yeah. So I mean, you know, everybody feels like they got everything under control, right? They feel like I'm moving slick, or I'm moving smart, or I'm moving how I should be moving, and I'm not doing much of anything wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody got this in their mind and their perception. But when it really all boils down to it, like, you're not moving like right at all. So in regards to like individuals that have significant others that's trying to, you know, get into the DMs of another individual and just putting on the pressure. You know what I mean? Is that the situation you're talking about? So I can make sure I'm on where you want to go?
I'm talking about the situation where the bull's trying to holler and he got a person. Like, how should somebody move, in this situation?
In that situation, stop trying to holler. Like, that's how you move. You stop it. Hello, like, no, but seriously, like, that's the problem. And see, this is why there's a lot of infidelity, and that's a whole nother topic. You see what I'm saying? But don't do it, because you're never going to be able to move right. Like, first of all, you already have a situation and you're trying to enter into some shit that you shouldn't even be entering into. Like, of course, we're human. We can't stop shit from happening, and things are going to take place. We get it. We got it good, right? But as far as sliding in the DMs and trying to be extra and put pressure and this, that, and the third, like, stop it. It's corny. It's whack.
So let me ask both of y'all, because I seen these other ladies talking about this, and the girls basically said they don't want niggas trying to holler at them, period. Like, just stop trying to holler. So do y'all feel the same way? Like, do y'all feel like y'all don't want niggas trying to holler when you outside in the streets and niggas is like beeping the horns and yelling and doing whatever? Do y'all want niggas to just stop that, period?
Yeah. What do you mean? Yes, we do. Like, stop it. It's too much.
Because
too much.
Excessive.
What you saying, Aisha?
Some people can be excessive. And
right.
It's too much. Sometimes it's just too much.
Let's be real though. Let's digest that question a little better than that, right? And on the surface, y'all gonna say y'all want them to stop hollering because it's crazy, it's too much. But the moment it stops and nobody is checking for you, nobody.
Oh, no.
Nobody.
That'll be fine.
You question why you question certain things, like, damn, do I got it? Damn, how do I look?
I'm gonna get it in real life. I don't need it online.
But this is talking about in real life.
This is real life though, Aisha.
Talking about real life.
No, if you had nobody, you were single dingle, ready to mingle and everything else.
Right.
Nobody hollered at you. Not a single person looked your way, said nothing to you. That will play on your self-esteem.
Right.
And you're going to question yourself and ask yourself, what's wrong with me that no one says anything to me? So yes, you want the peanut gallery to calm the fuck down, but in the grand scheme of things, we still want the attention at some point.
We want the nut shit to stop. You're absolutely right. I agree with you there.
So this is what I'm asking y'all. So how do y'all want niggas to move? Like, how do you want? She said it was excessive. How do you want niggas to move? When you outside, how do you want niggas to move when it comes to they trying to holler at you?
Just general conversation for me.
Right. I don't see why you can't just talk regular. Why do the question go, hey, what's your name? The second thing, oh, you want to slide to my house? Like,
that's cornballs though. Like, that's real weird. That's very, even as a nigga, as a man, I say that's crazy, right? You can't just do whatever. But do you know that's the culture of today?
Right.
I was in a barbershop. I was in a barbershop last night. This girl walked over to me and said, I'm in a relationship, but I wouldn't mind entertaining something else.
See?
So why be in a relationship?
But that's what I'm saying. Then why be in a relationship?
But look, people think that that's because that's the way of the world now, that everybody acting bad out here. Like, y'all listen to these rap songs and y'all look at all these Instagram posters and that shit is exciting.
Right.
And they do that in real life. She said, I'm in a relationship and I wouldn't mind entertaining another. Baby girl, I'm in a relationship. I got a whole girl. Right? I don't even say my girl. I said my girl, my wife. Like, I put that out there. And she said, I don't care.
But then that's weird on her end, because you automatically
all get it.
You're confused.
How do you, like, you can have a general conversation with somebody and say, hey, how you doing? What's your name? But people move weird because that's just how things are nowadays.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen Jennifer in the chat saying respectfully. And what about when the guy is being respectful and he's just saying how you doing, and then y'all ignoring the nigga and looking at the nigga like he ain't shit? How is that respectful?
That comes from a lot of disrespect prior to that person.
Right.
And it's not everybody's trying to be smart to you, because you could have came along and been the cool one.
Right.
But I didn't have too many of these no people that is like, I don't know how to receive you right now.
Right, but why I gotta be punished for that though?
But it's not like intentional. It's not. But it just because you get tired of the other crap that I didn't had to deal with from the last people.
But do you see where the conundrum is coming?
That's where
absolutely.
You told us to just have a civil conversation. Don't come with the nonsense. Just be civil. But when we became civil, you backing us out like we was a noodle, a cornball, and it's like damn, Mom.
I know
what to do now.
Right. I used to do that an awful lot. Like I used to do that a lot. Like straight from the gate. No, I'm good. No, I'm this. No, I'm that. Now I'll just like, oh, somebody will be like, how you doing, beautiful? Hello, how are you? Good morning. Like I will engage now. I never used to do that before. However, you can kind of get a vibe and get a feel after a few sentences which way the situation is getting ready to go and how a motherfucker get ready to come off to you. You know what I'm saying? And then you can cut it off. Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm not interested. I'm married, or I'm not interested. You know, I got a situation, but thank you. Have a good day. That's my line. But thank you. Have a good day. Like before. See, because then it's just like, okay, I did engage with you. I did hear what you have to say, but I could tell your vibe is off, because trust and believe, sometimes we can feel a vibe. I know that your vibe is off, but thank you anyway. Have a great day.
Exactly.
Do y'all talk to y'all co-defendants? Like, I don't mean to call y'all co-defendants, but that's what y'all is. So, do y'all talk to y'all other female friends that accept the disrespect? So when they accept the disrespect, it's confusing the guys.
What you mean?
If there's girls outside, you could be like, yo, shorty with the fat ass. And she'd be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? It's confusing the guys.
Well, I don't have friends that accept stuff like that. So I can't really answer that question, because a lot of my friends, some of them, their attitudes, their mentalities is certain. And it's going to go into a whole nother kind of topic, but it's certain things they won't even interest them. You know what I'm saying? Like they already have this set. I'm not even looking your way anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I can't say my friends. So no.
Please, what's your answer?
Well, I feel like, you know, if women have to decipher the good from the bad, you know what I mean? The dudes that's just hollering at her crazy and the ones that are, you know, coming at her respectfully and nicely, then dudes should know, like, you know what I mean? The difference between somebody who might be with that and somebody who might be more ladylike and not with that.
That's not
true.
Why?
That's not true.
I will agree with that. And being a man in this world, I'm very cognizant of other mistakes that are men, right? You talk to women and they say, yo, you know, men are very disrespectful. They send dick pics. They be in our DMs with dick pics, and all I said was hi or hi. The moment I said hi, here come 8 dick pics. Or, you know, if you know the conversation could be going one way, and if I don't say something, then it's bitch and this and fuck you hoe and all that. I get it. So when you move in that situation, then when you come behind that as a respectful person, you got to clean up others' mistakes, and you got to be who you say you are.
No,
present yourself as your authentic self. But then what happens is you're going to take the lickings of who you're preceding, but you got to be strong and you got to be steadfast and show that person that, yes, I am who I say I am, and I'm going to take these lashes for a little bit, but you are going to see that I am built for tough, and I'm not going to waver off who I am, because this is authentic. So women, I do agree. Y'all do get y'all share a ton of dumb shit from us, and be the first to apologize for the shit that y'all have to that y'all succumb to, or even have to deal with just on a disrespectful level like that. But the thing that we're asking is to have a short memory. In a sense, you always gotta have an amnesia type of memory, and saying, all right, that was that one guy. I forgot about that because the next guy here is a whole different situation. But again, my apologies to you all you ladies, for the disrespect that comes from us as men. in those times.
All right, now have you ever seen the classy girl, or whatever, however you want to categorize her, say, I don't want the nice nigga. I want the nigga that talk to me crazy.
I see.
Like this shit don't exist.
The good girls turning to bad girls based upon what social media is talking about. Look, you got songs out here, "Eat My Ass" song and my booty hole brown. I seen classy girls that, or the quote unquote classy girls now saying that shit and using that as their moniker.
Right.
Girls now want to act bad just because it's summertime and it's springtime, and now the ones that have respect for themselves a couple weeks ago, now they want to act bad and do all kind of crazy shit. That's why I said the influence of social media has become a cancer to our brains. It has infected our brains to the point that we think we gotta act like these motherfucking celebrities.
Yeah, that's true.
And we do things and say things that are so crazy. They'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, I seen people adopt this, 50-50 is bad in a relationship. That's a new thing now. Like, if you say 50-50, you're banished. Like, you killed the person. That no one should go 50-50. The man should be the sole responsibility of all things that is financial and everything like that. Boom. And she just is supposed to exist and be pretty and shake her ass and pop, lock, and drop it and whop it up. Like, that's not real life. That's not real life for everybody. And that ain't even real life for these celebrities that y'all hinge y'all existence on.
Right.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's a gift and a curse, right? Gift and a curse. Social media has bridged the gap, because it used to be a big gap. I remember growing up, the North, where we live at now, used to get it popping. We used to be ahead of the curve, right? South always was waiting to catch up. Now, everybody on the same page. Everybody's wearing the same shit. Everybody doing the same thing. Everybody talking the same. Everybody is one big thing of nothing, instead of being individuals. Individuality, we've lost that because we all want to look, dress, talk, do, and be just like what social media has put in our minds as being acceptable.
Thanks. Man, listen. So how do y'all feel like, to wrap this up, and how people should move in real life? What is your number one negative and your number one positive on how people should move?
Just any positives about it. Honestly, the way people are moving.
A lot of positives.
Huh?
A lot of positives.
Right.
It's a lot of positives the way people are moving on social media?
No, in real life.
No, in real life.
Oh, in real life. Okay. No, I was talking about on social media.
Go ahead. Now, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, we right here. We're part of social media, regardless if we want to believe it or not. We're part of the entertainment sector. We're a part of the media. We are social media. We are on social media, and we're trying to be the catalyst of change, meaning the voices of reason, telling people, hey, it's okay, it's cool to be different. It's cool to be yourself. It's actually amazing to be yourself and live in your truth and not succumb to the facades of what the world or what other social media outlets will have us to believe. It's okay to be that, right? Because we lived like that way before social medias came out. So we should still be able to live vicariously after. The beautiful things that come from it is it has bridge gap. It has put us in living rooms, and it has put us in places that we would not have been if it wasn't for it. That's a positive, right? It has given us resources and information that we might have not had if it wasn't for these social medias. The negatives are we've allowed it to take away our individuality. We took away our grown-up self and made us dependent upon social medias for us to exist. The first thing we do in the morning before we get up, before we even brush our teeth, is open up our phones to see what's going on Facebook and Instagram. I've seen people post before they went and brushed their fucking teeth. I've seen people like and share before they went and washed their ass. That's
So,
not.
so is that your number one negative to people in real life now?
My number one negative is live life and allow social media to be a plus or an extra. Don't allow it to consume your every movement. Don't allow it to be the end all be all to your day. If I remember a year ago when Instagram crashed, people was losing their mind. People like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Instagram, I can't post. I can't see nothing. Losing their mind. Well, take a day or so from it. Take a week from it. Detox. See how much better and clearer your mind is. See how much clearer your vision and focus becomes because you haven't tainted your day with scrolling up and down. Take an hour away from it each day and you'll see a difference in yourself. That's some of the negatives that comes with this social media thing. We have become slaves to it. And the moment it's taken away from us, we are like an addict. We need it. We start scratching. We can't figure out what's next. The moment you detox from it and you get a hold of yourself, that's when you are using it to your benefit instead of using it because you need it.
So what's your real life negative now? Or
my real life negative with social media?
What's your real life positive then?
My real life positive is be real with that shit. Like, I know that's why I always come on here and it's two statements that I always say, right? Make it make sense. And I know you in real life. I know y'all in real life. Remember that. So when y'all posting the wild, crazy shit, I laugh, I chuckle, because I be like, that shit ain't real. And even people can say that about me. People that know me can say, yo, I know that nigga can be a motherfucking hothead. And he get on here and he talk his little shit and he make people believe and think that he's whatever the case may be. He's greater than what he possesses. Yeah, I'm flawed. And I try to take full control of my flaws. I've gotten help for my flaws. I've gotten counsel for the things that were red flags or things like that. So I'm working on me. But what I do try to come on here is preach a plot of peace and happiness within amongst each other instead of divide and conquer to where we're losing ourselves. That's the message, and that's always where it should be. So that's what my real life change is, and that's what my real life want and need for this whole social media situation, to where we just go back to living our lives how we were living it before social media became our life versus a part of our life.
I think my real life positive is, the people that I come across, they are moving towards better, money wise. That's my real life positive. My real life negative is that people are not considerate of other people's fucking time.
Yeah, I definitely would agree. Definitely agree.
Of other people's time. What that look like?
Right. Not at all. All right. So if we posing the question that way, I feel like my real life positive would be, I love to see the entrepreneurism. Is that a word that I just made up? Entrepreneurism. Yeah. I love the fact that since the pandemic and since COVID and all of that, that even though it was happening, you know what I mean? We didn't see as much movement as we see now. Like, I see so many people tapping into their creatives, their talents, tapping into, getting into their businesses and just their creativity. I love it. And I love that for us. So that's my real life positive. And the negative portion for me, like what we say, the social media portion.
We could do real life negative, or you could do social media negative.
Negative, yeah. So the negative part is just people are not living enough. People are not in the moment enough. They're not tapping into what is happening in the now. You got to stop and pause so that you can get the pictures, so that you can get the videos to post for, individuals to like and partake in what it is that you're dealing with. But in the sense of that, it can be all good, but in the sense of that, you're losing the time that you are in the moment, which is most important. So you know, I feel like that's the negative.
You call that being present, Ish.
Correct. Yep. Being present. Yep.
Niche, do you have real life positive and negative?
I just say for me, it's just doing more things that I wasn't doing before. And not always waiting for somebody to, oh, I want to go here. Everybody, y'all want to go on this trip? And I'm texting 15 people and waiting for a response. Now the trip is going and I didn't go and they didn't go. So I think it's just more indulging in yourself. It's like the best thing I could say for me. I can't speak for everybody else.
Now piggyback off of each real quick though, because you said something beautiful that we gotta share here, because this is what we do here. You said one of the beautiful positives that you've seen is entrepreneurship and people stepping outside of their comfort zone and creating life to something that they once thought that was a dream. Shout outs to all of the people out there that's moving, especially in our Uncensored Mind community. And I'm gonna say a few names, and these names resonate through us here at Uncensored Minds: the Helen Weavers of the world, the Diana Humbers of the world, the Cheryl Hollis of the world. It's people like that. And I'm saying in the whole paparazzi group that is there. It's so many ladies, Barbara Jones and all of you ladies. Diana, she has her own travel business. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, before the pandemic, or before you seen somebody else that stepped out on faith, you may have not have wanted to try it. But you've seen somebody else take a leap of faith and they use social media to catapult their business. And now you're using that same platform and you're taking your talents to the next level as well. That's a beautiful positive. And those are things that can't be mitigated and should never be taken lightly. I commend you, ladies. I commend you, gentlemen, for stepping up and stepping outside of your fears and creating a lane for yourself to profit from, but also to create generational wealth for you and also your offspring that come after you. So shout outs to y'all for stepping out and doing some amazing things. Even right here, the four of us, we're doing something positive that maybe 4 or 5 years ago, before we started this, wasn't even a thing. It might have been a thought in our head, but look at it now. We're living it, and we're in millions of homes across the world because it can be seen. So shout out to everybody that's doing something. I commend you. And if you have a dream or a vision, don't just sit back and keep dreaming. Go out there and live it.
Yep.
No, I do have a list of negatives.
Not a list. A whole list.
So I want to say, to the people, let's try number one is to be thankful. How about people start moving in the space of being thankful for what you have, for your family, X, Y, and Z. Be thankful for the things that you have.
So you saying be thankful more than being negative.
Right.
So when you rather see them post more positive things than everything that's negative about everything that they do.
Right.
Okay.
Also, I need people to be appreciative of the people that share your presence with you. Be appreciative of your people because we don't have to fucking be here.
Like you want to play the video at some point. Like your mom will just upload the video and play it.
I'm not gonna play the video.
You've been hitting at this shit for weeks.
I'm not gonna play the video yet, though. It's coming, but I'm not gonna play it yet.
Listen, I would have had to grab the tequila.
I'd have left.
Listen,
I'd have left the
where the tequila at? Shots on that.
I'll let
listen.
But go ahead, T. Appreciative.
Yeah, be appreciative of your people because they don't have to be there. Like I could be anywhere else in the world. That's how the song goes. I could be, but I'm here with you. Be appreciative, man.
Not to cut you off, but that's why at the end of when I may interject at any time and say thank you to somebody because that being appreciative, and that word appreciate is so big and so meaningful, and people take it lightly. And we don't say it just because it sounds good or we want to just massage your ego. We say it because we genuinely appreciate your presence, because without y'all viewing us and sharing us, liking us, and even subscribing to us, we ain't got shit.
So we appreciate y'all people in the chat for watching. We appreciate those people that be silent and don't say shit in the chat. We appreciate the people that watch after the show and listen to the audio on all streaming platforms. We are appreciative of all the people. My last one on this now is to be understanding, even if you don't quite understand what that person is saying or going through. Be a shoulder for them. Like, don't just shun them on whatever they're saying. Try to be understanding that they might be going through something that you might not quite get, but be understanding and be there for them. So be understanding.
I learned that.
Yeah, those are three key things that I don't think a lot of people tap into. So that those were definitely good to highlight, because maybe somebody who is not so appreciative or not so thankful or not so understanding on the daily will then in turn try to implement that in their day to day, because I don't think a lot of people are cognizant and think about that.
What the fuck you doing?
He's woosah or something.
Can we add
what the hell, Nell?
Can we add a number 4 to that?
Yeah, add a number 4. Go ahead.
Listen to hear and not listen to respond. Please.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Please. That is listen to hear, not just to respond, because far too often we are so quick to just come back with a response or our thoughts that we don't hear the other person. And I learned that, and hopefully we all can learn it together.
Yeah, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that.
You should listen. Start listening.
No, I do be listening, but I'm gonna be honest.
This is what I mean. Start listening without selective hearing. Like, start listening to hear the whole thing. Don't just listen to the words that you want to hear or the shit that you want to take out of it. Listen to the whole fucking thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I start, but then I gotta pull the reins back. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta be like, ho, ho, ho.
Somebody that needs to hear that last part is not here tonight.
What you said now?
With the M. This person is a person that should hear that last part that y'all said. Selective hearing.
What'd you say? It began with an M.
Her name begins with an M. She's came on here and tired tonight.
Yo, where is she at? How is she not?
Where is she?
Big nigga something I don't fucking know. Probably selectively hearing Usher.
Yeah. That is ridiculous, man. What's up? Where we at, man? What's next?
We right into the ideology. Is that
ideology? All right, before I get into ideology, man, I just want to say we're going to do ideology a little bit different tonight, man. Last week we talked about healing. So I'm gonna drop some seeds and water them, and y'all can catch the gems as they fall, man. So I'm gonna give a testimony only to, relate to some other people, and y'all might know some of the details in the story, and there's going to be details that you didn't know. So me as a kid, right? I'm going to title this. This is the title, though. The title is God Broke My Heart. So that's the title. So the title is God Broke My Heart. Now, when I was young, my dad would send me to my grandmom's crib, for the summertime or things like that. And I would go to church Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. And she was in the pulpit, so I had to sit front row. You can't go to sleep. All of these things. So me being 12 years old, and out of nowhere, I used to run and all of these things and play ball, and I never had any pain or anything. And out of nowhere, one day I can't walk. During the same time as when my dad's sick, he's never been sick in his life. He works out. All these things happen in the course of the summertime, from the end of the summer to when school starts. So I have to go to school in September. And during these 3 months, I can't walk. My dad's dying, X, Y, and Z. So this is the time where God broke my heart, because it canceled my dreams of things that I had planned for my life. But when we talked about healing last week, I didn't like my teenage years. I was rebelling. So it wasn't like I wasn't healing, I was just rebelling. So that was just like a coping mechanism. But when it comes to healing, we have to learn how to accept things for what they are and then let them go. So that is the part of ideology tonight. I want to ask y'all, who was the first person to break your heart and how did you heal from that? So that is the sense behind ideology tonight. What's up, people? Who wants to speak?
Well, I'll go first and I'll get it out the way. First person to break my heart was my father.
I ain't doing this tonight.
I'm not. Nell, listen, the tears is welling up already. I said to everyone, I don't know what emotions we're tapping into. I should have said we tapping into all of them tonight. I didn't know I was going to be crying. I didn't know this was going to be. What the fuck?
Look, I came here to win, man. I came here to win.
What is Nell doing? That's all I want to know. I don't care about nothing else. What is Nell doing?
Y'all ain't getting me tonight. Y'all not getting me tonight with this shit.
It's done. Y'all
done not getting
already.
Me tonight with this shit. I'm going to bed. Good night.
And I'm not going to be the only one up here doing this tonight.
No, get you guys back on
together. Yeah.
Tell the story, Ish.
Yeah, so the first person to break my heart was my father. He was not present whatsoever. I found him after 30 years. And so, you know, as young as I can remember, that was the person that crushed me, that crushed my spirit, that had me question, you know, why? You know what I mean? Why doesn't he love me? Why doesn't he want to be around? Am I not good enough? You know, I question myself, even as a young child who could see model parents being in my friends' lives and not being in mine. You know what I mean? So at a young, early age, you know, I began to doubt myself, have low self-esteem, like as a young child, like where they do that at? And so I'm going to be honest, and we've talked about this on past shows, like I'm getting there, but I'm not fully past it. Like sometimes I could speak to him. I'm almost 45. I found him when I was 30. He lives in the city of Philadelphia.
Right.
I found him at 30. I found him at 30. Okay. He lives in the city of Philadelphia. Got it. All right. So now at 44, I'm still angry. I'm getting past it. You know, we tried to build, but I'm still angry and I still hurt. And I don't know if I will ever be over it, honestly. So you said, how have you healed from that? Or how are you healing from that?
Well,
tough road.
Yeah, I basically want to say that, you know, the healing process is not, we have to stop deflecting and coping and find the healing and letting it go and understanding of things that we can't control.
Right. And I think that's where I flounder, because I know that in a sense, but the reality of what I was faced with growing up, the things that deterred me from doing certain things, the things that, you know, I questioned myself about and I could be so much further because of, like, that shit still kind of like sticks a knife in me. And, you know, when we think about your first heartbreak being your father,
right,
that lines some shit up for the rest of your life, as far as relationships and dealing with men, how you feel about men, what they doing, how they doing, where they doing, with like all of that. That's where a lot of it stems from. So you know.
So what is it going to take for you to, you know, let some of that go?
I haven't figured it out yet, T. And that's being really, really honest. I haven't figured it out. I've pondered, I thought, I prayed, I meditated. I've written out what I want to see. I even tried to manifest clearing clearing it. I even tried to manifest it.
Right. I'm just saying
I can't get there. I can't.
I'm just saying
everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying that because it only puts a hold on us when we hold on to it.
I know.
Yeah.
And I can't find a niche. I've tried everything. I really have. And I've healed a lot of things. Like, it's a lot of shit that I used to be that I'm not now. It's a lot of ways that I used to think that I don't now. But that got a hold on me. And I'm going to be honest, like, that has a hold on me. And I have not found out how to tap into something to remove that poison from me. Like, I haven't. And that is fucked up.
All right, which one of y'all want to go first? I mean, what's up?
For me, it was like never wanting kids and then getting pregnant and making it to 8.5 months and then losing my child. So for me, yeah, that was like, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm more comfortable now, but it's always going to be a sore spot for me. And even back when I went through it, I just was always questioning God, like, you come through for everybody else,
right,
but like you was here for me. Like, that's how I felt. So, and even like religion wise or whatever, and I used to fully garb up and everything. But at that point, I felt like, and people might say, oh, that's wrong, you shouldn't think like that. But yeah, I thought like that. So for me, I was like, I don't even know if I want to garb up. I don't even know if I want to continue learning Islam. I don't know. Like, because I feel like the one time where I needed you, and even though, I just feel like, it was more mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you, but you're not helping me. You know, but what can you really do? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that for me played back and forth in my brain. And that was like the most horrible experience I ever went through in my life. I mean, I've lost, my brother and different things like that, but that was my child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like totally unexpected, and it happened on Thanksgiving. So it's like we prepping, and the next thing you know, it was a disaster. So for me, that's always going to be like etched in my brain. Like, oh, Thanksgiving is coming. This is the morning I got rushed to the hospital and didn't come home with my child. I had to have my first child after not ever wanting kids, to get pregnant, to now I got to cremate my child. Now I got to, and it was a process that I still to this day, like, trying to get through. But it's more mental than anything, like very mental. So I think that's what it is for me. That was my first heartbreak.
What's up now?
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of my trepidation that comes with why stems from my father as well. And, I'm always asked now, why are you so aggressive? Why you have a beautiful heart, but it's marred by, some of your aggressiveness that comes out. And I ask myself, and I always come back to the source. And I'm not one to lay blame or pity or not take accountability for where I'm at this present day, because I'm a grown up. I'm an adult. There's them that we always cover, and the things that I've covered up is just the sheer misunderstanding of and lack thereof with my father, living in the same city, knowing who my father was. And it's not like we hadn't had interactions, because if my mom seen him riding down the street, he'd pull over and we'll stop it, whatever the case may be. I could call the phone and ask for something, not saying I got it, but I had, view billings. But that infuriated me, and that left this confused little boy that turned into a confused man to ask, how are you allowing another man to take care of your responsibility? I yearn for your attention the same way that my stepfather gives his daughter that's his, that love and attention. I want to feel like I'm a part of your world the same way you make your other children feel part of your world. And it infuriated me to the point where I've become distant. I've become jaded to a lot of different things, and a lot of it I mask because I've allowed myself, I thought I allowed myself to grow in a space of, all right, well, that was the past. Now is now, and all we can do is affect the present and our future. I can't speak on why he didn't do these things then because of his presence now. But all I've done is glazed over that surface and just allowed it to fester under the surface, but it's still there. And how do I get control of something that I need control of? Right? I just want to this. There's a little boy inside of me who still yearns for that fatherly love that I've never got from him. Yeah, I got it from my stepfather, but it ain't the same.
Right.
When it comes from your father.
Right.
And I sit and not ask myself, but I break my neck to this day to make sure that my father, the man who didn't break his neck to make sure his son was cool, is good. When he's sick, I'm up at the hospital. When he needs something, I'm the first to call. I go over there just to make sure he good without him needing to call for anything, because that's the love that I have for my father, because he is my father. And all I want is, or all I wanted was just to be told, I love you, or to be taken to a basketball court, or to be taken to a basketball game or a baseball game with my dad.
Right.
About the shoes, the clothes, or child support. We as children don't give a fuck about that. We just want the love. Right. We want to feel that joy that comes with bond between mother, daughter, father, son, vice versa. And I didn't get an opportunity to feel that. And it bothered me because I could look right next door in the next room and see my little sister getting the love that she deserved, that she needed, that she wanted from her father. Yeah, he loved me too, but I wanted that kind of love from my father. So when it comes to me being aggressive, I built myself up inside to become aggressive, to deal with that hurt, because I had to fight that hurt off just to be able to live in this world that I live in today of compassion for a man who didn't take care of me the way that I did him to. The compassion. I have to fight. That angry young boy has grown into a man that has compassion in his heart, yet anger inside, because he has to fight off those demons.
Right.
Of wanting and needing that love. Now people will say, well, you 40-something years old. You gotta get over it. Because it's hurting you more than it's hurting him. It is. But I'm the one who's hurt. And I'm the one who has to live with those challenges and those perils. I'm the one who has to go through life with a chip on his shoulder. Not because I hate the world, because I hate that I had to come up in this fucking world without my dad protecting me the way I needed him to, or loving me the way I needed him to. But again, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. I don't gotta like you to love you. I didn't like what you did, but I love you, Dad. I don't like what you put me through, but I love you, Dad. I don't like the way I feel when I gotta raise 4 boys that came after me that had to go through the same shit that I had to go through. And I had to tell them, don't hold him hostage for that, because he's flawed and he's imperfect like we all are. Just have faith and believe in yourself and believe that at some point you'll have a better relationship with him. I had to lie to them. So now what I've done is I created an anger with inside of them, because I was trying to mask the pain that I was going through and not let them go through it the same, because I was more like a father figure to them than a brother. So how do I now cope with that at this big adult age? I gotta just put on my big boy drawers and I deal with it. Right? We said no crying on social media because it looks weird.
Right. Well, here we go.
As you can see, no tear has dropped yet. The motherfucker want to come down.
Listen,
said no crying on social media.
I done cried for you.
But
I done cried for you.
It's a real thing, man. People sit and ask me all the time, why you so angry? And I say, I don't know. And I still don't know.
So let's stay right there. No, let's stay right there, because a lot of times, we have gender debates and we have gender wars on this show. And a lot of times people don't understand that all of this comes from unhealed issues. So you taking that out on the person that, supposed to be your partner, the person who's supposed to be, your right hand. And I want to stop like the bashing, the male and female bashing. And we need to start working together to start figuring some of this shit out, because we gotta let that shit go. I
agree.
Stop with the weird shit. You gotta really stop with the weird shit, because the weird shit will make somebody lose it on the deep end, because you don't never know what they got going on inside. You don't know what challenges they are faced with at that moment, and we coming with negativity on top of negativity, thinking we know what the fuck we talking about and have no clue what we talking about. Like we gotta stop sending messages that are meant to torment and tear down a person, and talk to the person and see exactly where they coming from. It might be a reason why I'm guarded and I'm jaded, or I'm so guarded, or I don't want the world to see this, because I'm hiding that from what the truth might be behind that. Or I don't want you to experience the pain that I experienced walking down that alley. So I don't want you nowhere near that, because I love you enough to safeguard you from that. Understand why people do the things that they do and say the things that they say, or come to the conclusions that they come to. Meaning, if I say I got this going on, I could just be saying that because I don't want others in my business, in my face, in my DMs, none of that shit. Certain thing, or I'm aggressive because I'm dealing with some unperceived challenges or unconscientious emotions that I never had to deal with in life. But now in my adult years, when I see the perils of what it is to be a fucking man, a responsible father, a responsible brother, and a responsible son, I see, damn, I was let down by the very thing that brought me into this world. Right. Yeah, you taught me lessons on how to get it, how to be respectful, how to be resourceful, but you ain't teach me how to love the way I need to love, from a standpoint of the basis of what it looks like. I had to figure that shit out. And throughout my journey, I'm tripping along the way, because I'm figuring out along the way. So people, you got to understand, when you're dealing with people, we come flawed. Nobody ain't perfect. And we understand that we can live a little better with each other, because we're both healing each other. We're licking each other's wounds at the same time. Like, stop it with the bullshit, T. I keep telling you.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like last week, this week, like, yo, listen.
Yo, I told y'all,
we sitting up here with the ugly face.
We coming in have conversations, man. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. We have to have these conversations to move as a people.
Yeah, we do. And people don't listen. Again, everything that was just said, somebody going to dissect that, and they going to put their spin on it and hear it how they heard it. Instead of saying, damn, I'm your friend. Here for you. Or you want to talk, and you talk without judgment. You want to talk just to figure it out. You want to talk just to clear your mind. Or not even that. I'm here for you. Ain't no judge, just no judgment zone. Or I see my part that I play in our interactions, and I'm gonna clean myself up a little bit because I genuinely care about you, and I see that you going through what you going through, because we all got some shit that we going through, right?
That's why I said. That's why I said earlier. It's really important and it's really imperative that we understand the things that we are not in control of. So we are not in control of how other people move. We are not in control of what other people do. We only have to, take accountability for ourselves and how we take things in. That pain is going to always be with you. Some of these pains you're never going to heal from, but you have to let it go in some form or fashion for you to move forward, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. I get asked this question a lot, right? Because I guess it's weird to hear a black man at the age of 42 years old not have no kids, right? Or to say I'm single, right? What's wrong with you? Why you single? You're a nice looking guy. You're a great catch. You single. Why? What's wrong with you? It's hard to hear that for people. Or if you say, oh yeah, I'm 40 years old or 42 years old and I don't have no kids. You have no kids because you're not taking care of them, or you don't have no kids. I have no kids. Why? You don't want no kids? Not that I didn't want them, but I don't want to subject my child to the things that I came up on. Right. I had a great life. Don't get it twisted. I had a beautiful life coming up. I got everything I want, but I didn't get what I needed. The love from my father. I didn't get that. I needed that more than the Jordans. I needed that more than the Xboxes and the PlayStations. I needed that more than anything else. I needed the love, the tutelage, the mentorship, just the compassion of my father. I needed that I didn't get from him. I got it from another man, which built a huge resolve in me to make me be a better man for going down future, but I still miss something. So when people ask why you don't got kids, I ain't want to subject my child to that. I didn't want my kid to be on this side of the town and I'm on that side of town and me and her riffing and I can't see him for weeks or whatever. Or, we got to go back and forth to child support court. I don't want to raise no child like that. Or I want to raise my child the way I was raised, in a home with two parents that loved on each other. Right? So that's why I had kids. If the opportunity presented itself, or if I came up differently, maybe that opportunity would have been, I would have had a child or so. But that's one of the reasons why. Or Nell, why don't you share everything with the world? Why don't you share who your girlfriend is on social media? Or why don't you talk about? Because it ain't everybody's business. Because at the end of the day, everything that I just said, you know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to say, "Now I'm praying for you," or "Now I understand," or "I'm here for you." But in my lonely, darkest hours, I'm only the person that's there, dealing with that. And that's not being selfish. That's not accepting of you saying, "Hey, you got a friend in me. I appreciate that." But yet and still, when the lights go out and the doors close, and all the people that came there to help you mourn in that moment, when they leave, you still got to live that reality. Right. And as you said, you got to find comfort. Right. You got to be able to find that outlet. You got to be able to find that place that's going to help you maneuver through that or get to a place of some type of peace. And if you don't come to it, then you'll struggle for the rest of your life with it.
I used to hate that saying that says, what's for you is for you and things of that nature. I used to hate these fucking sayings because I feel like it takes the control away from you. But some things are, destined for you. Like my path is my path. And you have to choose, how you attack your path. You could sit on the bench and let shit go by you, or you can choose to get in the game and do what you got to do. So the choice is always still yours, and you just have to find your way to it.
That's true.
What's up, Nell? Get us up out of here because I'm making everybody cry.
Listen. Heavy.
What's up, Nell?
All right, so I can't even talk. Like,
Wrap us up.
I'm going for a ride after this. I got to get in my car.
Right, something.
If y'all don't hear from me by Wednesday, I done threw
You're
my
sending
body.
out a search party.
I threw my body into the school corn and let the search party come find me. I'm fucked up. All right, so as y'all know, this is my portion of the show, and it's called Gone in 60 Seconds. Just a quick rundown of everything that happened in sport this past week. As we know, the NBA Finals are running rapid. We already had Denver go up 1-0 on our last show, right? Now, Miami came back tonight and tied up the series 1-1, winning in Denver. That's crucial because they say the series doesn't start until the road team wins. Right. Road team won a game. So that now puts pressure on Denver to run a game over there in Miami, or this series can quickly shift into Miami's favor. So Miami won tonight, 111-108, with them going back home to Miami for 2 games, and then to Denver for game 6 possible, game 7, game 5 in Denver, game 6 Miami, game 7 in Denver if possible. So the NBA is NBAing right now. They doing the thing. The NBA Finals is a great watch. I know a lot of people said, "Hey, you got 2 of the smaller market teams, and then it ain't going to be a great watch." But these 2 teams have been battling. And if you want to hear more on this topic, catch my guys at Game 7 at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. They're going to recap all the things that happened in the NBA. They're going to talk about the possible Ja Morant suspension, what it's looking like, and I'm hearing that Adam Silver is going to lay the gamut down after the NBA Finals is over and may suspend this gentleman for half a season. That's sound like 50 games for the guy. So, Ja, you got to clean your act up, brother, because you're killing yourself. You're losing millions, and believe it or not, you are an icon to these young kids. They look up to you. Other than that, the NBA Finals is what we come to watch. Football season, OTAs is starting. We just finished up with them, so you can look out for mini camps to start in the next month. And after the training camp, then get right into the season in September. It will be right upon us. Again, check us out here on the Telemade Network. We got Game 7 on 7. That's what they're going to talk about, the NBA Finals extensively. They also want, you also want to make sure you join the 2 of us on Wednesday nights for Telemade Kicks. We got a great show. We got a great show for you there. We're going to, get into it this week with a lot of finds and a lot more, topics and talk on everything that has to do with the sneaker and apparel world. We got something nice to talk about this week. I got something that came in the mail that's kind of crazy.
Just kind of. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Niche, for joining us. And
thank you.
Sharing a tear and a laughter with us. This is the shit that we do on a regular basis. So thank you for joining us, and make sure that y'all hit the like button underneath the video, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Anybody who needs Uncensored Minds gear, either hit me or Nell up. Make sure y'all check out the streaming platform. We're streaming on all.
Hold on. We got a sell on some merchandise. People been asking us, can we go have a sell on merch? Yeah, this is on the clearance rack.
Nigga, you is off the hood all night long. You've been playing around.
Rack special. We got a lot of merch that's on the clearance rack. So if you looking for merch at great prices, please come shop with us here on the clearance rack.
How much they going for now? How much they
$5.
$2.99, please. $2.99. $5 is a little too much.
$5, man. $5.
I cannot.
Also, if y'all have any topics that y'all want to see us discuss, share it on the Facebook page, the Uncensored Minds Facebook page.
Booked and busy.
Yeah.
I need a shirt that say booked and busy. Can I please have a shirt?
That it should be you booked and busy. That's a good one.
Keep it rocking, man. Any last words, ladies?
No, I appreciate you over here. We definitely a part of it.
I ain't got no words. But thank you, Niche, for joining. I got tears. I'm about to maybe jump off the bridge in a second. Listen, my house is the tracks is right across the street. Like I'm waiting for the next freight train at this point. See, like what the
Don't do it.
God damn.
Sometimes you gotta get out a good cry, man. It's
Yo. I know we talked about a lot of great things tonight. Somebody who needs our presence. You know, we talked about this a few weeks ago. Her mother passing. We always do this. We always talk about it in the moment, but we never talk about it weeks and months after. And that's when they need them the most, because that's when all their family has went back to their respective homes and went back to their lives. But the person that has to deal with that loss is dealing with it within them in herself. And I'm talking about Crystal Stewart. She's one of our Uncensored Minds faithful, one of our top fans, one of the people who supports us from afar. Right. We need the people that's in the front row to be front rowing, but we need the people that's in the back to be in the back talking about it. So we appreciate you, Crystal. We want you to know that we love and support you. And if you need anything, the whole Uncensored Minds gang is here for you during your tough time as you're dealing with the loss of your mom. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, none of us can really speak on what that looks like for us, but we do offer our support and our love for you continuously. And anybody else that's going through anything, any adversities, any challenges, or any limitations, you have a friend here in Uncensored Minds. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you need us, if you need prayer, if you need anything, we're more than happy to help with that. Just don't ask for no money. That's why we got the clearance.
I can't.
That's why we got the clearance.
Don't ask for no money. We ain't got it. But other than that, holla.
Next week, I'm a promise not to try to make y'all cry. But
look, remember this? I know y'all remember this.
Sorry,
man. Get out of here.
Oh, say. I know we talk about a number of new things to see on TV, right?
Right.
And we got a new series that's just started up.
Watch what I need to watch.
It's called The Idol.
Oh, I know about that already.
Oh, yeah, I saw
it came on tonight at 9:00. We're appreciative that none of y'all left us to go watch it, but watch The Idol. It is premiering on the HBO Max app. Go watch it. It is produced by the producers of Euphoria. If you are
the weekend is in it, and the weekend and a couple other people is in it. But yeah, that's definitely on my watch list. Man.
Definitely, it's supposed to be one of them ones. So get into that. Tyreek came to an end, so we're waiting for the Tommy, and we're waiting for the Kane special.
I'm watching that Tommy shit, man.
You ain't watching Tommy?
It's pretty good. I'm surprised you don't like it.
I'm not. Tommy is not even Tommy on that joint. He like some other nigga.
He is Tommy, right? Like
he done morphed into somebody else.
He's some other nigga on that joint. I'm not watching that, man. I will watch The Idol though now. And what else are we watching?
I'm watching Succession. I'm watching that.
I need to watch Succession. Yeah,
that's pretty good so far.
I'm watching the Lil Dicky joint Dave. I'm watching that.
Man.
No, that's just it too.
That's popping. Yeah, that's what we doing.
Yeah. All right, people. Let's get up out of here, man.
All right.
Dry y'all tears, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dry my tears.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace, y'all. Have a great week, everybody. See y'all next week.